Today we're out here in the garage and we are finally going to work on Buster the YJ. Finally replaced the broken fuel lines so I can get him in here, and we're gonna start working on him. Like I said in a previous video, it's a 94 Jeep Wrangler, 4.0, inline 6, good running Jeep. It's got some problems. We have some rust to deal with, like that spot there. This is pulling out, which I'm gonna replace. All this is gone under here. The worst is this. You can't see it, but there's a big hole here. But first, today's main task is going to be tackling the battery cables. The battery cables that are in this are complete and utter junk. They're broke. To even get them started, I had to drive a screw down into between the post and the clamp. That was the only way I could get power to them. It was such a loose connection. I'm gonna pop the hood and I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. This here's the positive. It's pretty well junk. Barely holding on right here. So I bought a battery wire kit, and I'm going to be changing out the positive and the ground. And the kit I got was this from jeepcables.com. They are very heavy duty wire. Every end is labeled, telling me where it's got to go, which is really cool. I like it. Brand new clamps and a new fuse. We will be disconnecting the fuse in the fuse box, and this is the fuse. It comes with a 150 and a 200. I gotta look and see what my fuse box is. And just so you know, this is not sponsored by Jeep Cables. I had bought these cables back before I even started this 3 years ago, and I'm finally able to get Buster in here and get going on them. I already got the battery out of here because I have it sitting on the charger on the floor. This here is the positive cable. It's barely held on to the fuse block. It's doesn't clamp very tight anymore because it has been beat. Negative doesn't look any better. That's why I bought a brand new kit to put in. This should be fairly easy. The worst part's gonna be on the back of the alternator. I think we can do this. This shouldn't be too bad. So I'm going to get the negatives off first, get them replaced, and we'll move up to the positives. After a slight battle, I now have the negative cables in. These two ends here, get the clamp put on them, but I don't want to put it on just yet so I can route them. Technically, my Jeep did not have a fender ground. I put one in anyways because you can never have too many grounds. The engine block back there I did, and the fire. Now I get to start on the positive, which, like I said, that one actually just broke when I was moving it. I have to get down in there and get the one off the starter and run a new one down, figure out where I'm putting the fuse block, find the wire for the alternator and hook it up, and we should have them all replaced. This is going fairly well. So far, it's been a really nice kit. I like it. I've never had something this nice. But I did get what is called the Big 7. They have other sets, and they make them for all kinds of Jeeps. The XJ, the TJ, the YJ. Man, they make one for my JK. That's nice. Your engine, years, which of course mine was a 94. They didn't mark it, but still. It's a really simple, easy kit. I just got to figure out where I'm mounting this bad boy. I'm thinking right on the fender somewhere. We'll figure it out as I go. But right now I'm going to get the starter wire off and get the new one put on, and we'll go from there. Got all the positives in. Zip tied that to a wire loom, just keep it out of the way. Fuse block, I decided to put right here because I needed to go off of that bolt, and the cable's not very long, so I just put it right here. It's nice and secure, covered up. Got my other positives, got the positive ran down to the starter way down there, and it's hooked up to the alternator. So now I gotta pull two fuses. According to the directions, it is that 50 and that 50. So this 50, and that 50. Okay, now both of those are out. We're bypassing that. Put this back together. Now I gotta just put the clamps on both cables and put the battery back in. I'm gonna see if I can get the battery hold down working correctly because it's all funky. And we'll put the battery back in and see if I did everything right. Battery is all hooked up. I fixed the J-hook post so that the battery actually stays there now. And as you can see by my light, apparently I have everything hooked up correctly. It was an easy job. The posts are finally tight. I mean, before I could wiggle that one all I wanted, that's what was causing my issue. Let's grab the key and see if Buster will fire up now. We got power. Nice. All right, on to the next. So I just got done cleaning up a bunch of wiring that was all over the place. That I do believe was for a set of lights that are no longer on the Jeep. I mean, I have wires just like hanging in here. Found out that the windshield washer pump is on a push button switch, which would be the pink wire that runs all the way over to the battery. I figured since I'm on an electrical kick, I'm gonna go ahead and change out these headlights to these nice, beautiful LEDs. So I'm going to start taking the old headlights out, and I'm gonna put these LEDs in and see how it looks. Oh, I got them in. Well, I got one in. That looks freaking sweet. Let's turn them on and see what they look like. Oh, that's nice. I like those. That's very sweet looking. Front end of this, it's gonna look good as I go forward. I am going to change out these two LEDs once I find something I like, but for right now it'll just be the headlights. Eventually, hopefully if I can find taillights, I'll do taillights. I mean, everything will go LED just to help out with the alternator. Right now, I'm gonna get the passenger side one changed, and we'll see how they look. And there we have it. Both are changed. I think that looks really good. It's been a fun day working on Buster. I finally got those old crappy cables out. No more messing around with the positive battery terminal to get them started up. I have no worries now. Put my new headlights in just because I had them and I needed something else to do. I'm out of parts now. I should have been gathering stuff up, but I didn't know how far I was gonna get to working on him. But it didn't take long. I guess I'll have to start ordering some parts and getting them fixed. I think the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this piece here off and this piece here off and see how bad the body is. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be bad because from the inside, I can see a hole here. I can actually see a couple holes from the inside. We'll see. I'm hoping it's not that bad. I'm hoping I can fix it right, put it back together, and hopefully I can get them inspected and start driving them. I wanna drive this Jeep. I wanna play. Till next time, thanks for watching.